Right, afternoon everybody. So today I'm going to do a bit of a roast dinner in the garden. So I've got a bit of roast pork. It's just a small joint and I'm going to do it in the Dutch oven. There's my joint. I'm going to dry it off a bit. I want this hasn't got a crackling skin on, it's still got fat on it, but it's not got the crackling on, it's just a small cheap joint of pork. And there. Let's grab a bit of salt. Just to pop over the top. That'll draw the bit more moisture out. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to be doing this in the Dutch oven, which is this thing here. I'm going to just pop it on the barbecue with some coals. I'll show you what I'm doing with that. I'll move the camera a bit. Right, so when you're cooking with a Dutch oven, you need coals on the bottom. I've just heated these up in the fire chimney to start them off. So you want some on the bottom. You want 2/3 on the bottom and 1/3 on the top on the lid. Obviously, if you want to get a roast, if it's just something like a casserole or whatever, you don't really need to put it onto the lid. So, packing these up. These will burn for probably about 40 minutes, and then I'll top them up. So now we've got there 6, about 24-ish. On there. Just going to pop the Dutch oven straight on top of them. Got legs, so it will sit comfortably over the top. I'm going to put a few coals on the top just to get the oven warming. So I'll probably want about 10, 12 on here. Just to get the oven warming up. That's what it does in there. Right, so that's the oven warming. I'll come back and show you what I'm doing with my pork. So with my pork, I'm just going to put it into the Dutch oven. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll put some veg on the bottom as like a trivet, and that will stop the pork sort of sticking to the bottom, a bit of water, but I want to do this quite dry. So I'm going to put a little trivet in the bottom, and I'm going to cook the pork on a little pan. Right over. The pork a little pat again just to dry it off. It's going into there. But the Dutch oven's been on for probably 10 minutes or so, just warming up. I'll show you just putting it into there, then I'll leave that for probably about 40 minutes. Have a look at it. If I need to top up the coals, I'll top up the coals. say this Dutch oven's been on for probably about 10 minutes warming up. Take the lid off. See that there is a bit of heat coming off it. I'm going to stick a trivet in the bottom. And then the pork's going in. And the lid back on top. So I'll come back and check that in sort of half an hour, 40 minutes, and see how we're getting on. Right, I'm going to get crack on doing a bit in the garden, and then I'll come back and check on that, and then I'll prep my veg. Right, I've had about 30 minutes, so I'll have a quick look. And I'll put the lift up there, nice. You can see it's quite brown on the top. So, have a quick 44. $35, $40 in the middle, so still needs a bit longer. When I get it to about 70 for pork, but what I'm going to do is, because I'm getting brown on the top, take off some of the charcoal on the top. I'll use them from cooking up all that stuff. So I don't want to get any more brown on the top, but I still want the heat around the sides. We just need a little bit of on there. Right, come back in about 15 minutes. Right, I'm going to get a few veg on quickly. Just a few potatoes. I'll just chop these up, half boil them. I'll use these, I'll put these in as roasties. And with the pork. All the potatoes are chipping really quickly this year, I don't know why. Half these and quarter them. All my other veg is going to be steamed. So I'll use this once fast. Right, just get them on. Right, so I'll rest my veg is going to be steamed, so a few carrots, another peeled carrots, and that's it. We'll get rid of all the potatoes, another peeled potatoes, as long as they're washed. Carrots. That's enough. broccoli. Put a kale. Peas there. So that's not peas what I have on there. That's ready to go on. Can't take long to steam the veg. Right, we're back in a minute. Right, because I thought I would do pork, apple sauce, and then because I'm doing apple sauce, I thought I'd start doing for the apple crumble as well. So I've got some brambles here. Normally, on the allotment, I've got hundreds of apples, so I can get lots of and stuff. So just keep these a quick peel. Because they will break up. So just over quarters and then again. So right, I'll peel these and I'll come back and show you what I'm doing after that. Right, I've chopped up all of my apples. Six brownie apples. So the bigger pot is going to be for my apple crumble. The smaller pot is for my apple sauce that I go with my pork. So apple sauce first, just a bit of sugar. Tablespoon of sugar. A little bit more, you don't want it too sweet. A little bit of salt in there. And I'm going to put in just a little tad of butter. And we'll finish it off with a little bit of pepper and a little bit of apple cider vinegar. Just to get it started so it doesn't catch. That's my sauce one. The crumble. So that's one a bit done. So a load of sugar over the top. Cinnamon as well. A bit of a mix up. juice if you've got a bit of apple juice. And this is going to have a crumble topping on the top. So for the crumble, I have 2/3 flour, 1/3 oats. Do that mix up, and I probably want about 1/3 sugar. If you've got some cinnamon sugar already prepared, use that, but I haven't got any at the moment, so a bit of cinnamon in there. Give it a shake up on that. Give my hands a bit of a wash. My hands with the butter. Completely cold, this butter, if you can. Probably half a block of butter. Just crumbled in. And I'm making that into breadcrumbs. See what I'm doing, just teasing it in into breadcrumbs. Same as we do with scones really in pastry, just teasing it in. Except this has got a few oats in as well in the sugar. Right, that's my crumble mix. So on the top of my apples. A bit of crumble. Right, let's get them on with the fire. Right, I've got my potatoes on there. I'm going to put my sauce on that one. Let's have a look at the it's doing really well. When we're going to put that there. Let's just check the temperature of that. Temperature program. There we go. Lovely. Let's get that off. Dutch oven off altogether. Use these coals. That's my crumble. Go in there. I'm not going to put the coals on the top just yet. I'll give that time to stew down a little bit, and then I'll put the coals on the top. Well, that's all the veggies done. Now the applesauce is done. A while ago. Let's just get this veg off. Crumbles near the edge, just need to put them on the top. Put that onto that one. See, these are the roasties. I forgot to put them in earlier when I took the Dutch oven off, so I put it back on. But they're looking good. So, time to plate up, I think. Right, let's get this thing plated up. Get this meat carved up. Looks pretty good to me. Not too pink, but it is moist. Yeah. Lovely. Peas there. Bits of courgette. Carrots there. Boiled potatoes. Nice slice. This pork hasn't got crackling on, but a nice layer of fat across the top there. Let's not forget our apple sauce. Right, roast potatoes. Nice roast potatoes on there. This Dutch oven off. Right, there we go. 2 roast dinners, all cooked on the grill and the Dutch oven. We'll come back shortly after we've had this and pepper pudding.
There we go, not too bad at all.
Right, let's get this crumble on the go. There we go, nice crumble. And the top's starting to brown, a little bit fudgy. See what it's like. Oh, it's just perfect. Caramelized bits on the bottom, crumbly topping on the top. Lovely. So, Sunday dinner, roast pork dinner, apple crumble. All cooked on a little barbecue. 1 bag of briquettes has done the lot, which, you know, got 5 worth of briquettes. And Dutch oven. There we go. This needs the ice cream or the custard. Whatever you prefer. Right.
So that's it for today.
Right, that's it for today. Hope you've enjoyed our little cook up in the garden. And we'll see you on the next one. If you've got any ideas that you want to see us cook up in the garden, drop us a comment. Catch you later.